Hi everyone, welcome to NEWS100. I'm Kelly, your reporter for today. The news stories we're sharing today include Xia discussed Hong Kong's future, stressing the importance of strong governance, economic growth, and social stability. China boosts autonomous driving with expanding test zones and supporting policies. Trump says it's hard to ask Israel to stop Iran strikes. Let's dive in for more details. Before the video starts, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, and give us a like. At last week's national security law firm in Hong Kong, Beijing's top official Xia Baolong delivered the keynote speech, highlighting the law's successes in safeguarding residents' freedoms and rights while ensuring societal stability. Reflecting on the 2019 protests, Xia asserted that the rule of law was upheld and justice was restored following the law's implementation. He emphasized that over the past 5 years, the legislation has brought back the familiar Hong Kong. Continuing his speech, he stated that whilst the law has successfully restored order since the 2019 protests, what he called a soft resistance still persists. Xia emphasized that the legislation targets only a small minority, citing only 332 arrests over 5 years, which amounts to a mere 0.2% of annual police arrests. He insisted that the law's true purpose is to protect the rights and freedoms of Hong Kong's majority. Xia also outlines a roadmap for Hong Kong's future. He urged the city to open a new chapter in governance. Xia stated that the administration and Li Ka-chiu are responsible to govern the city, therefore urging local government to identify the areas that require change. This series of changes, according to Xia, should boost the effectiveness in governance and resolve deep-seated conflicts. On the economic front, Xia highlighted Hong Kong's unique advantages, its zero-tariff policy and global connectivity, while pushing further for deeper integration with the Greater Bay Area. Xia also says that the city should consolidate its traditional markets while developing new ones such as the Middle East, and embrace the countries in an even more open manner. Xia further added that international transactions will not be affected by the implementation of the national security law. He says that no matter how the world changes, the central government will maintain a higher level of openness and robustly defend such openness. Support came from the PLA Hong Kong garrison, with Commander Peng Jingtan pledging full support for the local government. He reaffirmed that one country, two systems remains the best framework for Hong Kong's stability. Let's turn now to some fascinating developments in China's autonomous vehicle sector, where the future is already rolling through the streets of Beijing. In the city's high-tech E-Town district, something remarkable has become completely ordinary: driverless cars. Robo-taxis now share the road with autonomous street sweepers that clean on schedule and self-driving minibuses that ferry passengers down the tree-lined avenues. This all started back in September 2020, when Beijing launched the world's first major autonomous driving test zone. Since then, they've installed smart roadside systems across an area twice the size of Chicago, with plans to expand 8 times larger in the coming years. Right now, 33 companies are testing about 900 self-driving vehicles here. These cars have already racked up over 32 million kilometers of test drives. That's more than a quarter of all autonomous testing done nationwide. Beijing's become the testing ground for Chinese tech giants like Baidu and Pony AI. And this past April, the city put new regulations in place specifically for these advanced self-driving vehicles. But here's what's really impressive. This is not just happening in Beijing. Over in Shanghai, they've designated 750 kilometers of roads for autonomous testing. Shenzhen has gotten AI-powered buses running actual routes. Both cities are building complete smart transportation networks. At a Neolix distribution center in E-Town, you'll see these driverless delivery vans lining up perfectly under the conveyor belts. Packages slide right in, the roofs close automatically, and off they go. The whole system can coordinate hundreds of these vehicles at once. Neolix's co-founder Yang Zhe tells us that this tech is cutting delivery costs in half while making operations 30% more efficient. Their vehicles use a dozen of cameras and special laser sensors to eliminate blind spots. When something's in the way, the system calculates whether to stop or to go around. The numbers show how fast this industry is growing. 16,000 test permits issued nationwide, 32,000 kilometers of approved test roads, with applications expanding from taxis to garbage trucks to public transit. But with all this progress comes new challenges. As DPAL executive Su Lingke points out, we are entering an uncharted territory when it comes to safety, data privacy, and even ethical questions raised by AI making driving decisions. The race is on to develop these technologies while making sure that they truly benefit both businesses and the public. Moving on to look at international matters. US President Donald Trump acknowledged on Friday that it would be difficult to ask Israel to halt its airstrikes against Iran, even as his administration continues to pursue diplomatic solutions to these conflicts. The president made these comments to reporters in New Jersey, where he was attending a fundraiser at his golf course. Trump expressed skepticism about European diplomatic efforts regarding Iran, stating bluntly, "They didn't help. Iran does not want to speak to Europe. They want to speak to us. Europe is not going to be able to help on this one." This remark underscores that the administration's belief that any resolutions must come through direct US-Iran negotiations. The comments come amid ongoing tensions in the region, with the State Department maintaining cautious stance. Spokesperson Tammy Bruce told the reporters on Friday that she can't speculate about whether the administration would push for a ceasefire between Iran and Israel to facilitate progress in nuclear talks. Bruce declined to characterize current negotiations or potential responses from senior officials, saying, "I'm not going to characterize what's happening now, or the reactions by the president or the Secretary of State to what those negotiations might be." This development highlights the complex balancing act facing the Trump administration as it attempts to manage Middle East tensions while pursuing its diplomatic objectives with Iran. The president's remarks suggest Washington sees itself as the primary mediator in the conflict, despite European efforts to engage with Tehran. Meanwhile, the State Department's reluctance to discuss specifics indicate the sensitive nature of ongoing negotiations. That's all for today's news broadcast. If you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe to our channel and give it a thumbs up and stay updated with the latest information. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!